Derby update from Churchill Downs brought to you by Pioneer Bank.
You're watching News Center 1 today.
7:27 on your Thursday morning as we join you from Louisville, Kentucky to cover the 140th running of the Kentucky Derby. But Eric, it's more than just a horse race. It's actually a season-long party.
And what a better city to start that party in than other than Hollywood, California.
The rooftop of the London West Hollywood Hotel is the perfect setting for the Derby Prelude Party, which brought celebrities from television, sports, and the big screen.
Unbridled Eve is the Derby Eve event that we do, and we support about 10 different charities.
At the Derby this year, it's my 4th Prelude party that I've hosted. Hosted every one of them so far for the York sisters, and I'm just honored to be a part of it. You know, you guys obviously know how magical and wonderful an event it is, but I grew up in Michigan, moved to New York, then I moved to LA, and when I first came to the Derby, it was the single most spectacular thing I've ever been a part of. The pageantry of it, just the history is just so amazing, so it's just an honor to be a part of it.
The Kentucky Derby is as big as it gets in sports. I have been 12 times. Wow. And I've been to this party every year they've had it, and they do a great job of not only promoting the Derby at this party, but then once you get to the Derby, they have another couple of parties and a very good fundraising event for Blessings in a Backpack, which this all benefits tonight.
And many parties all week long, especially tonight and tomorrow night leading up to the Kentucky Derby. And at those parties, Eric, of course, the mint julep will teach you how to make one coming up in the next half hour.
And it's just amazing here, Elizabeth. We were just walking around yesterday. It was only Wednesday, and people are already saying, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. This is our favorite week of the year, and I don't blame them because you could feel the party atmosphere, and it's only going to pick up from here.
And the sun's out.
Brought to you by Lichty Homes.
You're watching News Center 1 today.
7:57 on your Thursday morning. Thanks for sticking around with us throughout the Today Show. Like we showed you half an hour ago, the Kentucky Derby is one big party, and no Derby party is complete without the mint julep. It has been the official drink of the Run for the Roses for the past century or so.
And it continues to be a favorite each year. Over 120,000 mint juleps are served over this 2-day period.
It's a blast. There's nothing like it. You know, it's a great day, and we really come back for the mint juleps.
Yeah.
First one.
This is the first time having bourbon, so
Yeah.
it's kind of strong, but
It is strong.
You can't get a mint julep anywhere in the country like you can at the Kentucky Derby.
You start with the julep cup, and to that cup you're going to put 1 teaspoon of confectionery sugar, 5 or 6 mint leaves, and then of course a little Woodford Reserve. And we are going to muddle those ingredients together with the handle of our wooden spoon. And muddling is simply crushing or bruising the mint to release its oils and its flavor. And we're going to coat the bottom of our cup with this muddle. Then we're going to add ice. Plenty of ice, the good cold cocktail. And then 2 ounces of Woodford Reserve. A straw. It's very important because you sip the julep from the bottom up because you want to draw that Woodford Reserve through the mint and the sugar. And then you garnish with mint. That's very important. You put that sprig right next to the straw so when you sip the julep, you also get that nice mint aroma.
Tasty. Here's your 7-day forecast.
Kentucky Derby update from Churchill Downs brought to you by Spearfish Motors.
You're watching News Center 1 today.
Welcome back to News Center 1 today, 8:57 on your Thursday morning. Here we are under the Twin Spires at Churchill Downs in Louisville, Kentucky, which is home of the Kentucky Derby. And it's aptly named the 2 most exciting minutes in sports because of its approximate duration.
But that still hasn't stopped thousands of people from flocking here over the past 139 years.
Horse racing is great no matter where you see it, but at an event like this, you really, I went to the museum and get to check out all the old pictures and stuff. I think it's really, that part of it's really different and special.
The oldest section of the racetrack is the section of the racetrack directly under the Twin Spires here at Churchill Downs. And that dates back to 1895. Now, the track itself is 20 years older. but the original clubhouse was on the other side of the racetrack, back where the barn area is now. So the section that is the oldest now was constructed in 1895 and has those two twin spires atop it. When people see that part of the structure, even with the new parts of the racetrack that are going up around it, we're undergoing a $121 million renovation right now. But when they see the central part of the racetrack, it's like looking into a time machine, and it takes you back to that era. And that part of the racetrack with those spires looks much as it did more than a century ago.
And these twin spires are the really icon of Churchill Downs here. It's what you see on the postcards, anything like that. But you can see them from, on the streets and stuff, and it's just, this is home of the Kentucky Derby when you see that.
And that new big TV blends right in. Anyways, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Back Derby update from Churchill Downs brought to you by Triple R Tech.
You're watching News Center 1 Today.
9:27 on your Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us throughout the Today Show. We're at Churchill Downs. Behind us is the paddock where the jockeys will mount their horses, getting ready to head out onto the track to run in the Kentucky Derby. But it was last year that former jockey Gary Stevens announced that he's coming out of retirement to once again ride professionally.
And since his return to racing in January of 2013, he's won a Breeders' Cup race, a Preakness, and now he looks for another Derby win.
Oh, Gary Stevens, that storming home went down.
I got busted up bad and had a collapsed lung. I was dying on the racetrack, and it's as close to death as I've ever come. I thought to myself, how many more times am I going to get lucky and have a fall like that and live through it? I don't need to have falls like that. I've done everything, just go enjoy life.
Gary Stevens retired from racing in 2005, but never strayed far from the sport. He worked as a television analyst for NBC and even landed a big role in Seabiscuit in the HBO series Luck. But for Stevens, it wasn't enough. He continued to chase that most elusive feeling.
I said, man, I need to go get fit again and see where this takes me. I busted my butt to get to where I'm at right now. I had to lose a lot of weight. I didn't want to be 70 years old and say, man, what if? But I don't have to say what if. I'm doing it.
And Stevens will ride Candy Boy on Saturday, number 18, 20-1.
Our coverage continues. Join us in half an hour.
Kentucky Derby update from Churchill Downs, brought to you by Shields.
You're watching News Center 1 Today.
9:57 on your Thursday morning. Thanks for joining us for our continued coverage of the Kentucky Derby from Churchill Downs. Well, just half an hour ago, we explained the story of Gary Stevens coming out of retirement. This Saturday, he'll be riding the 18-horse Candy Boy.
Yeah, and he's 20-1. It's a very competitive business, especially for jockeys. Unlike other athletes, they don't have contracts, and you have to win to get paid.
There's a big misconception on how much money jockeys do make.
Jockeys are very good athletes. They're in very good shape, and they do take injury pretty well. It's pretty much a proven fact that jockeys recover as fast as any other athlete from their injuries, basically because we don't have guaranteed contracts. If we don't ride, we don't make money. If we're sitting hurt on the sidelines, there is no income.
The way jockeys are paid is they're paid a flat fee for riding a race in general. That flat fee could be, by the time the smoke clears, could be maybe a measly $20 to $30 for going out and risking their life. When you win, you get a percentage of the purse. And I'll give you an example. If a purse was $10,000 and a horse wins that race, the winning owner will get 60% of that $10,000. 60% of that $10,000 is $6,000. The jockey will get 10% of that $6,000. So the jockey made $600 for winning that race. Now the jockey that finished fourth probably got about $30.
7 Day, more in half an hour.